Hey everyone, welcome to this deep dive. We're going way deeper than just a typical book review.
Yeah.
We are going to crack open this book, Vani are One,
Okay.
by Divya Prakash Shrivastava.
Sounds intense.
It is. It throws us into an alternate reality. Imagine if the ancient Saraswati Sindhu civilization never fell,
Okay.
and literally everyone speaks the truth.
That's a mind-bending concept, right? A world without lies.
Yeah.
But here's the twist.
Yeah.
The author uses this seemingly utopian setting to explore some really dark corners of human nature.
Exactly. You think like, oh, truth, that's great, problem solved.
Right.
But the book quickly shows us that even without lies, there's still, manipulation, power struggles,
Yeah.
hidden agendas, and it gets complicated fast.
Exactly. And we see this play out through Vani, our main character.
Right.
She's this super sharp market researcher, driven by a sense of justice after witnessing tragedies like the Bhopal gas tragedy.
Right.
She co-founds this firm called Market Captains. They basically take down corporate bad guys through financial investigations. So she's all about the facts, the truth, but then...
Yeah, then she bumps into these two super enigmatic figures, Adam and Vladimir here,
Oh, yeah.
and they each offer her a completely different way of seeing the world.
Right.
Adam's all about control, using power, money, even religion to keep people in line. Vlad, on the other hand, is like hardcore communist, wants to dismantle the whole system and unite the working class.
Yeah, it's fascinating how the author presents these two contrasting ideologies, right?
Yeah.
Neither of them inherently good or bad, but both claiming to hold the truth.
Right.
It really makes you, as the reader, question, is there even one ultimate truth?
Yeah.
Or is it all a matter of perspective?
Totally. And it makes you think about how this applies to your own life, too.
Right.
How often do we accept something as the truth without questioning it? Just because someone says it's true, does that make it so?
Yeah, this book really throws down the gauntlet on that.
Yeah, it does. It also highlights how truth can be used as a weapon.
Right.
Even in this world where outright lies are impossible, people can still manipulate, they can omit crucial information, they can twist things to their advantage.
Yeah, it's like truth itself isn't enough.
Right.
It's about intent.
It's about the context.
The context, yeah.
Okay, so we've got this world where everyone speaks the truth, but it's not as simple as it seems.
Well,
And then there's this other layer to the book,
okay.
ancient connections. Vani stumbles upon these links between Indian mythology and cultures in Arab, Tibet, China.
Wow.
It's like she's uncovering the secret history of the world.
Yeah.
And it all ties into this search for Sanjivani Vidya.
And that's where it gets even wilder.
Yeah.
Sanjivani Vidya is this ancient knowledge of immortality.
Right.
But the way the book presents it, it's not like some magical potion or a fountain of youth or anything.
Right.
It's more about a deeper understanding of life, death, and the interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah. I'm already seeing how this book goes way deeper than just like a typical adventure story,
Yeah.
It's making me think about the concept of immortality in a whole new way.
Right.
Is it about living forever in this body? Or is it about something more like spiritual, maybe?
Yeah, the book definitely plays with different interpretations of immortality.
Uh-huh.
And it does it through this really cool blend of mythology, history, and a fast-paced thriller plot.
Right.
It's like Indiana Jones meets ancient wisdom with a dash of existential crisis thrown in.
Yes. And then there's this whole element of belief, right?
Oh, yeah.
The book has this incredible scene where Lord Krishna lifts a mountain on his finger just through the collective power of people's belief.
It's incredible.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really drives home the point that our beliefs shape our reality.
Uh-huh.
Whether it's religious faith or political ideology or even just our personal convictions.
Yeah.
What we believe influences how we see the world, how we act, even how we experience life itself.
Which makes me wonder, thinking about you listening to this right now. Yeah.
How much of what you believe is based on what? Evidence, tradition,
Yeah.
gut feeling. This book really forces you to confront those questions.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it doesn't offer any easy answers.
Right.
It's more about prompting you to think critically, to question your own assumptions.
Yeah.
It's like a mental workout disguised as a thrilling mystery.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
A mental workout disguised as a thrilling mystery.
There you go.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this truth-telling world, this ancient quest for immortality, and just a whole lot of questions swirling around. Where does the book take us next on this wild ride?
Well, things really kick into high gear when Vani teams up with Akanksha, this tech whiz who's been helping her with investigations.
Right.
They actually end up following a trail of clues that leads them all the way to Malaysia.
Malaysia. What's the connection there?
That's where the book's blend of mythology and real-world history gets even more intriguing. Remember those ancient connections Vani was uncovering?
Turns out there are these fascinating links between Indian mythology and ancient Malaysian beliefs.
Oh, wow.
Specifically, these beings called Orang Bunyan.
Orang Bunyan. That sounds pretty mysterious.
Yeah.
What are they?
Okay, so imagine like mythical beings with supernatural powers.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like elves or fairies in Western folklore, but with a distinctly Southeast Asian flavor.
Okay.
And get this, they're believed to possess immortality.
So this ties back into the whole Sanjivani Vidya thing.
Exactly.
It's like the book is showing us that different cultures all have their own versions of immortality, their own ways of understanding what it means to transcend death.
Exactly. And as Vani and Akanksha delve deeper into Malaysian culture, they start to question their own preconceived notions about immortality. Is it just about living forever? Or is there something more to it?
I bet their investigation in Malaysia wasn't exactly a relaxing vacation.
Oh, you got that right. The author throws in all sorts of thrilling encounters, near-death experiences, you name it.
Oh.
They're navigating this world where ancient secrets and modern-day conspiracies collide.
Right.
And the stakes just keep getting higher.
Sounds pretty intense, but at least they have each other right.
Yeah.
There's that dynamic of two strong women relying on their skills and intuition to survive this crazy adventure. It makes you think about the importance of, having someone you trust by your side when things get tough. What do you think?
Absolutely. Their bond deepens through these challenges, and they learn to rely on each other's strengths. It's a reminder that even when you're facing something really daunting, having that connection, that shared purpose can make all the difference.
Yeah, I love that. So where does their Malaysian adventure lead them? Back to India.
You guessed it. The clues eventually point them back to India, to the Padmanabha Temple in South India.
Okay.
A place that is shrouded in mystery and rumored to hold secrets related to Sanjivani Vidya.
Okay, now we're talking temples, ancient secrets. This is getting good.
It's a really pivotal moment in the story, full of suspense and vivid descriptions. Imagine them exploring hidden chambers beneath the temple.
Wow.
Uncovering ancient artifacts, feeling the weight of history all around them.
Yeah.
It's like you're right there with them.
That's one of the things I love about this book. The author doesn't just tell you about these places.
Right.
They really make you feel like you're experiencing them firsthand.
Agreed. And just when you think they're about to crack the code, there's this sudden twist.
Oh, no.
Vani gets hit with this advanced technology that paralyzes her.
What?
It traps her in her own body.
Whoa, that's dark. So not only are they dealing with ancient mysteries, but now they've got futuristic tech thrown into the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It highlights this stark contrast between ancient wisdom and modern-day power struggles.
Yeah.
And it also shows the vulnerability of even the most brilliant minds when confronted with forces beyond their control.
I imagine that was a devastating blow for Vani. Someone who's so used to being in control, using her intellect to solve problems.
Yeah.
What happens next? Does Akanksha just give up?
Not a chance. Akanksha proves how resourceful and determined she is. She figures out a way to communicate with Vani, even though Vani can't speak or move.
Wow.
It's like they developed this whole new language based on subtle gestures and this unspoken understanding.
That's incredible. It shows the depth of their friendship, their ability to communicate on this deeper level.
Right.
But how do they move forward with the investigation when Vani is basically out of commission?
That's when this really intriguing character enters the picture. Virat.
Okay.
He's enigmatic, almost mystical, and he seems to possess knowledge that goes beyond what's considered normal.
Okay, I'm sensing another layer being added to this already complex story.
Yeah.
Who is this Virat, and how does he help them?
Virat becomes their guide, their protector in a way. He teaches them about the Bhagavad Gita, the concept of dharma, the importance of self-realization. It's like he's helping them connect the dots not just between ancient clues and modern-day events,
Right.
but also between their own inner struggles and their quest for truth.
So it's not just about external adventures.
It's about internal growth as well.
Exactly. And through Virat's guidance, Vani is eventually able to break free from the enemy's control.
Wow.
She regains her voice and her agency. It's a really triumphant moment, but the mystery is far from solved.
Right.
they still have to figure out who's behind this whole conspiracy,
Yeah.
what the artifacts from the Padmanabha temple really mean, and where the real Sanjivani Vidya is hidden.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Where do they go from there?
Their pursuit takes them to China.
China.
Yeah, where they learn about the Terracotta Army,
Okay.
ancient Chinese beliefs in immortality, and the legend of a hidden temple in the Himalayas, the supposed location of Sanjivani Vidya.
Wow, the scope of this book is incredible. It's like a whirlwind tour through different cultures.
It is.
And their unique perspectives on life, death, and the pursuit of something beyond ourselves.
It is. And as they delve deeper into Chinese history and mythology, they start to realize that the quest for immortality isn't just an individual pursuit.
Right. It has implications for entire nations, for the future of humanity itself.
Okay, so we've got ancient secrets, global conspiracies, and a journey that spans continents.
Yeah.
What kind of climax does the author deliver after building up all this suspense?
Remember those cryptic letters, KR, that kept popping up?
Yeah, KR. I was wondering about those.
Yeah. Turns out they stand for Kamran Rao.
Okay.
This ruthless industrialist with ambitions of world domination. He's the mastermind behind the whole conspiracy, using ancient knowledge and futuristic technology for his own twisted purposes.
Whoa, talk about a plot twist. I thought we were dealing with some shadowy organization, some ancient secret society.
Right.
But it turns out it's a modern-day industrialist, someone driven by greed and a lust for power.
It's a reminder that the desire for control, the potential for corruption, can exist in any era, in any form.
Oh.
And it forces Vani and Akanksha to confront this crucial moral dilemma. Is immortality something to be hoarded, used for personal gain? Or is it something that should benefit all of humanity?
That's a heavy question. And I bet it leads to some intense confrontations. How did they handle this showdown with Kamran Rao?
Their encounter with him is a real turning point in the story.
Yeah.
He offers them a chance to join him, to share in his power and immortality.
Wow.
But Vani, despite all she's been through, chooses to fight for a world where truth and justice prevail.
Right.
She rejects his offer and vows to expose his plans.
That's a powerful statement. It shows that even when faced with incredible temptation, Vani remains true to her values, to her belief in a better world. But how do they stop someone as powerful as Kamran Rao?
They flee from him, realizing that the key to defeating him lies in understanding the true nature of Sanjivani Vidya.
Right.
Their search leads them deep into the Himalayas, where they finally locate the hidden temples spoken of in legends.
So the Himalayas is a hidden temple. This is where all the threads finally come together.
Yes. But there's a catch. The temple is guarded by this enigmatic
Okay,
figure.
no, not another one.
Yeah, the child, Babarudranath.
Okay.
And he's not exactly welcoming to outsiders.
Another mysterious character. I'm sensing a pattern here. What's special about this child Baba?
He seems to exist on a different plane of consciousness almost, able to communicate with animals and embodying the wisdom of ancient traditions.
Wow.
It's almost like he's a living embodiment of Sanjivani Vidya.
Oh, wow.
Not a physical substance, but a state of being, a connection to something eternal.
Okay, now I'm really curious to see how this all plays out. They've found the temple, they've met this enigmatic guardian.
Right.
But I'm guessing things aren't going to be easy. What obstacles do they face in this final stage of their journey?
Well, first they have to gain Rudranath's trust, which is no easy feat.
Right.
And then there's the reappearance of Akanksha's long-lost husband, Vettel, who was presumed dead after a war.
Oh, wow.
He's now living as a hermit,
What?
able to understand the language of animals.
This is getting wild.
Yeah, and he holds a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. A long-lost husband, a child who communicates with animals, and the secrets of immortality all converging in this hidden Himalayan temple. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Last we left off, Vani and Akanksha were in the Himalayas at this hidden temple with the child Baba, who seems to hold the key to Sanjivani Vidya. And then there's Akanksha's husband back from the dead, but not quite the man she once knew. It's like the book just keeps layering on the intrigue.
It's definitely a whirlwind. And just when you think you've got a handle on things, another twist comes along. But that's part of what makes this story so captivating. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, and each layer reveals something new and surprising.
So let's talk about Akanksha's husband, Vital. What's his role in all this? Is he an ally, or does he pose a threat to their mission?
That's the thing. His return adds this whole other dimension of emotional complexity. On one hand, there's the joy of reunion, the shock of finding someone you thought you'd lost forever. But on the other hand, he's changed, transformed by his experiences. and he's now deeply connected to the secrets of Sanjivani Vidya in a way that neither Vani nor Akanksha could have anticipated.
I can only imagine the emotional roller coaster Akanksha must be going through. And with everything else going on, the search for Sanjivani Vidya, the threat of Kamran Rao, it's a lot to handle. Do they manage to work together despite all this?
They do, but it's not without its challenges. Akanksha's loyalty is torn between her husband and her mission, but ultimately she chooses to prioritize the greater good, recognizing that the secrets of Sanjivani Vidya shouldn't be used for personal gain, even if it means making difficult choices.
It speaks volumes about her character, doesn't it? To be able to set aside her own desires for the sake of something bigger. It reminds you that sometimes the toughest decisions are the ones that require the most selflessness.
Absolutely. And it's through this struggle, through these difficult choices, that both Vani and Akanksha grow as individuals. They learn the true meaning of sacrifice, of putting the needs of others before their own.
So they're dealing with all this emotional turmoil, they're trying to figure out Vettel's role, and then they're also facing a standoff with the Chinese military, right?
Yes. Remember, Kamran Rao alerted the authorities about the temple's location. He knows he can't get to Sanjivani Vidya himself, so he decides to let the Chinese military do his dirty work for him. It's a classic move, manipulating others to achieve your own goals.
It shows just how cunning and ruthless he is. But it also highlights the global implications of this quest. It's not just about personal desires anymore. It's about nations vying for control of ancient knowledge that could potentially reshape the world.
And it puts Vani and Akanksha in an incredibly difficult position. They're caught between a rock and a hard place, trying to protect Sanjivani Vidya from falling into the wrong hands, while also dealing with their own personal challenges.
It's like the stakes just keep getting higher and higher. How do they manage to navigate this incredibly tense situation?
Well, it's in this moment of crisis facing the Chinese military that Vani has this incredible breakthrough. Remember how she was paralyzed by that enemy technology? That experience triggers a profound shift in her consciousness. She sees beyond the illusion of reality, beyond the limitations of physical existence, and she realizes the true power of consciousness as something that transcends death.
It's like that near-death experience, that brush with losing everything, opened her mind to a whole new level of understanding. It makes you wonder, if we could all glimpse beyond the veil of our everyday perceptions, what would we see? What truths would be revealed?
It's a powerful concept, and it's through this newfound understanding that Vani is able to guide Akanksha to show her the true path to liberating Sanjivani Vidya.
Liberating? What do you mean by that? I thought they were trying to find some physical object, some elixir or something.
That's what they initially believed. But Vani's realization changes everything. She understands that the true essence of Sanjivani Vidya isn't something you can hold in your hand. It's about the continuity of consciousness, the passing on of knowledge and wisdom from one generation to the next.
So it's not about living forever in the same body. It's about ensuring that the essence of who we are, the things we've learned, the impact we've made, it's about making sure that Kong continues on even after our physical form is gone.
Exactly. And this is where the concept of Piyush comes in. It's described as this ethereal particle that carries the essence of a being's unfulfilled desires, their hopes and dreams into their next life. It's like the soul's blueprint, carrying the seeds of our potential from one lifetime to the next.
It's a beautiful and profound concept. It suggests that death isn't the end, but a transition, a continuation of our journey in a different form.
And in the end, we see this play out beautifully when Sanjivani Vidya is transferred not into another human, but into Rudra, the child Baba. He becomes the embodiment of this ancient wisdom, ensuring its preservation for future generations.
So it's like the cycle continues. The wisdom of the past is passed on to the future, ensuring that the quest for knowledge, for understanding, never ends.
And there's this beautiful symmetry in the way it all unfolds. Rudra, who is seemingly isolated from the world, becomes the vessel for this ancient knowledge. And Akanksha, who had lost so much, finds a new purpose, a new connection in guiding him.
It's a reminder that even in the face of loss, of heartbreak, there's always the possibility for renewal, for finding new meaning and purpose in unexpected ways.
And the final scene, with Akanksha telling Rudra the story of Vishwas and the demons of greed and fear, it reinforces this message beautifully. It's a reminder that the true battle we all face is not against external enemies, but against the inner demons that hold us back from living a life of truth, of compassion, of fulfilling our potential.
So we've journeyed through this extraordinary tale, one that's taken us across continents, through ancient mysteries, and into the depths of human consciousness. But what does it all mean for us listening to this deep dive, sitting here in our own reality?
Perhaps the biggest takeaway is that the quest for immortality, for knowledge, for understanding, is a journey we all undertake. It's not about finding some magical elixir or hidden temple. It's about the choices we make every day, the ways we choose to live our lives, the legacy we leave behind.
It's about embracing the mystery of existence, questioning everything, and never stopping in our pursuit of truth, both within ourselves and in the world around us.
And if, as the book suggests, immortality resides not in a physical form but in the continuity of consciousness, what will your legacy be? What will you leave behind that will inspire future generations to embrace their own quest for knowledge, truth, and a life well lived? That's something worth pondering, isn't it?
It certainly is. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. But I encourage you to keep exploring these ideas, to delve into the questions this book raises, and to see how they resonate in your own life. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.